It's time for North Dakota High School football. This live digital radio broadcast on the PSP network is brought to you by PNC National Bank, Subway, Hub International Insurance, The Medicine Shop, Bismarck State College, Bobcat of Mandan, Tires Plus, the Chuppy Chiropractic Clinic, Bismarck LASIK, and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Now, it's time for the countdown to kickoff on the PSP network.
Well, for the second straight week, the number 2 team in the state of North Dakota makes a trip into the capital city, and tonight it is to take on the Legacy Sabres from the Sanford Sports Complex. Good evening, everybody. Scott Woodmansey alongside Myron Schultz as we get set for 11 2A football here in the capital city. As we said, West Fargo Sheyenne coming in here undefeated on the season at 4-0, number 2 in the state of North Dakota. And they will do battle with the Legacy Sabres, who are 2-2, both teams coming off wins last week. And more importantly, the Mustangs from West Fargo Sheyenne, Myron, they are coming on off a big win last week. It's not many times, and maybe, Myron, you've been around a long time, but can you tell me the last time Mark Gibson's been shut out in back-to-back weeks in AAA for double or 11 2A football?
I would bet that hasn't happened. And I got a chance to watch that game last week, and it's one of those things you talk about 2 weeks in a row at a trip, and you think I bet you Coach Newton just right away all he did was on the itinerary was change the opponent, because whatever they did last week worked good and where they stopped, when they left, where they're going to eat, where they had pregame, all those things. So, yeah, they're impressive. A lot of their starters were out in the middle of the third quarter, and they still shut them out. So, obviously, West Fargo Cheyenne is a juggernaut in the state. Take away their arch nemesis Century, they're a couple years straight, second in the state. They're a juggernaut team in this state trying to get over the hump of Century. Yeah,
they certainly are. As you said, Myron, it's been Century who has really denied West Fargo Cheyenne of their first ever state football championships the last 2 years. They've been running up to Century in 19 and 20, and you go back to 2018 where they lost to Century in the semis. But certainly this year, a little different scenario, and the one thing you're going to see this year is those two teams are going to be on a crash course as they are going to play in a couple weeks in the regular season in West Fargo Cheyenne. So certainly each team's going to get a gauge of where they're at. But more importantly, tonight they've got another battle here against the Legacy Sabres. And Chris Clements, his team coming in here off a big win last week in Williston, 63-7. The week before that they were knocked off to Fargo. Davies knocked them off 27-7. So I think Chris Clements certainly, if you're looking for a signature win and a big win, this would be one for his program and a big boost as we get into October and the tail end of the football season.
Yeah, he might even be hoping that you already mentioned that big showdown coming down with Century. He's hoping maybe West Fargo's kind of looking past him, looking to that, and also getting him home even 2 weeks in a row. That takes a little focus. We just made that trip, looking at a whole bunch of farm fields on our way down here, and the next thing is their team's fired up. They got an opportunity. You just come off a win, so I know that they're gonna, they got a tough task ahead of them tonight, but I know that talking to some of their assistant coaches before the game, they're up for the battle tonight.
Well, certainly, as we said, Cheyenne coming in number 2, Legacy. They received some votes in the most recent Class 11 2A football poll this last week. So it should be a fun one here tonight. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network. Hey, we got a double dip for you today as coming up in, I would say, roughly about 30 minutes or so. Todd Domrey's Chuck Claremont will have one for you from the Starion Sports Complex. Century travels over to take on the Mandan Braves, and that one sets up to be an interesting matchup as well. Century coming off a tough one last week in Dickinson. They'll look to rebound against the Mandan Braves. Well, as we await the start of this one, our pregame show rolls on with more. We come back, we'll take a look a little bit more inside West Fargo Cheyenne and the Legacy Sabres. You're listening to 11 2A football on the PSP Network.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
Would you enjoy waking up and not having to reach for your glasses? See clearly with LASIK from Bismarck LASIK. Imagine no more hassles or expenses of glasses and contacts. At Bismarck LASIK, our highly experienced LASIK surgeon, Dr. Stephen Wexler, and our state-of-the-art clinic can improve your vision through a quick corrective procedure that's affordable and life-changing. Book your free consultation with Bismarck LASIK. Call 701-222-2020, 701-222-2020, or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Now, welcome back to the Starting Sports Complex. Scott Woodmansey alongside Myron Schultz. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network as we get set to bring you the Mustangs from West Fargo Sheyenne and the Legacy Sabres. Myron, let's take a look at West Fargo Sheyenne. We talked a little bit about them in the open, but certainly a team coming in here. Oh, they bring a little Bison flavor to the field tonight as the couple of Entz boys on the field. Yes, they are the sons of head coach Matt Entz of the Bison, but nonetheless, I think since his program really started, Myron, a short time ago, this team really has been a team in at the time AAA football, now 11-2A football, that's really proven to be a team that's going to be contended with year in and year out with Jeremy Newton at the helm and the fine job that he's done.
I've been very impressed with him. I've watched him from afar. I don't know him real well. But when he first came in, he was really heavy inside veer team. And I'm sure he's probably still got an inside veer out of what he's doing with the fullback. But now just watching some things they do with they're just deceptive. And they're running the wing tee. And with that, they can motion one of their wing backs. And it's hard for you to adjust because they do it so quickly. And then you got to get the extra defender over there. And then the next thing is they got that big bully at fullback right now, and coach is patient. He'll establish that, and he'll ride that, and he'll ride that. And then when you finally get too many men in that box, he'll pull it out and play action pass you. So they've been established for a long time. And one thing I really notice is they're a technical team. They tackle well, block well. They're a disciplined team. You've watched what Coach Newton's done over the time, and it's impressive. And they came out of the right out shoots and were good. They were the new school in West Fargo, and you thought they're going to take their drubbings, and that really wasn't the case very long.
No, it certainly wasn't. And not to mention when you return a quarterback in Grant Warkentine, who was an all-EDC quarterback last year, that certainly helps. Now, they had to replace a lot of great players in this system, one of those being Brika Penu, who went on to play at NDSU, but certainly it seems like they've got a pretty good one in their tailback, Josh Heinrich. I mean, he's 496 yards already this season, 8 touchdowns, so certainly we're going to see a lot of Josh Heinrich. You look now at the Legacy Sabres coming in here 2-2 on the season, led by their seventh-year head coach, Chris Clements, and this is a team that's really just been trying to put something together. They lost a lot of kids from last year's team, the largest senior class that he's ever had in 35. So certainly, but nonetheless, he's got 120 kids out for football. So certainly, you see. I mean, they've had a taste of the playoffs. They haven't won a playoff game, but certainly Clem trying to build, and I think he's done a pretty good job of establishing a pretty good program up here at Legacy.
Yeah, it's really fun for me to watch this group because I actually coached him in 8th grade, and Clem just gave me part of his playbook to run at that age level. So they've been kind of doing this for all this time. So it's fun to see the the commitment to the whole program, building it, vertically and horizontally. But right now they're struggling a little bit with Stugelmeyer, the good running back out, and linebacker, and then Carl Henry out. But in 8th grade, Jack Klipfeld was our running back. So it's all goes back to he's been doing it for a lot. He played baseball for a while and hasn't been out, but he came back out this year. So they're lucky they got him in the stable. But they do things well. They coach him up. Their technique sound. They Coach Clements and most of his staff are former Marauder players, so I know them well. They work hard, and they're just trying to get over that hump to become top half of the state.
Yeah, and certainly this is on their schedule. A big game, but the way things have set up in 2A football a little different, Myron. And I don't know if you know this or not yet, but it's really hard to believe, and we'll touch more on it probably tomorrow. Tomorrow we start the new the overtime. I'll be hosting the overtime, the sports show right here on the PSP network, so certainly tune in. But Fargo Davies, Myron, they're eliminated from the playoffs already. They can't get into the playoffs. I mean, so and again, don't get me started on that. That's for another time and another place. But it's really hard to believe we're not into October yet, and you've got Davies, a team that could end up with 6 wins on the season, and they're going to have to sit at home and watch the playoffs. It's crazy. It's just a different. With that being said, something's got to be done.
Right. I heard those comments all over town today, and they were, it's just, they can't believe that, and then they're out, and then a whole bunch of teams that are much inferior are going to be playing. So, the people in Valley City, they'll probably have to. They made the move. They got to figure out all the ins and outs of that new league and the number of teams that the AAA it is.
11-2A.
2A, and then they got to, they have to work out the kinks a little bit. But it's, someone's got to be the victim of the change.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as we await the clock to wind down, we can tell you other action tonight. Bismarck High is on the road at Fargo Davies. Another 2A matchup. Jamestown on the road at Fargo Shanley. West Fargo is at Fargo South. There's another matchup there. And Centuries, we said, over in Mandan to take on the 5th-ranked Mandan Braves. And Minot is up in Williston to take on the Williston Coyotes. That most recent poll that came out, Century 1, West Fargo Cheyenne 2, a tie at 3 between Shanley and West Fargo, and Mandan comes in at 5. We saw Shanley come in last week, and Dan Schmeeker coming off a loss at Jamestown. He knocks off Troy Mattert and the Shanley Deacons, so certainly it should be a fun one here again tonight. So as both teams have taken their respective sidelines for the national anthem, that will be up next. And we come back. We'll set the starting lineups here on the PSP Network. West Fargo Cheyenne, the Mustangs, and the Sabres will do battle from the Stanford Sports Complex here in Northwest Bismarck. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Got big plans? No matter what the size of the project, Bobcat of Mandan has a tough Bobcat skid steer or track loader for any job. Call Bobcat of Mandan and rent the perfect machine. Rentals are available by the day, week, or month with multiple attachment options, and even a trailer when available. Special weekend rates too. Bobcat of Mandan also has Doosan excavators and payloaders, plus Coyote tractors for rent. Get the work done fast. Bobcat of Mandan on the Strip.
This live digital radio broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Subway, Hub International Insurance, The Medicine Shop, Bismarck State College, Bobcat of Mandan, Tires Plus, Chuppy Chiropractic Clinic, Bismarck LASIK, and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Make sure to stay up to date with all things high school athletics at PSP.network. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Have real questions about your future? Here's your real answer.
Welcome back to the Starion Sports Complex. Scott Woodmansey alongside Myron Schultz. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network as we get set to bring you West Fargo Cheyenne and the Legacy Sabres as Cheyenne. I stand corrected. Legacy won the toss. They have deferred, so West Fargo Cheyenne will go on offense first to start this one. as they'll go like this. Up front at center will be Oakley Eagleson. He's 6'2", 225 and a senior. The guards on the right side, Dawson Galdi. He's 6'1", 210 and a senior. At the other guard will be Sam Carpenter. He's 6 foot 225 and a senior. The right tackle, Brennan Selheim. He's 6'3", 280 and a senior. The left tackle will be Mason Hart, 6'1", 250 and a junior. At one split end will be Logan Holsing. He's 5'11", 170 and a senior. The other split end will be Xander Newton. He is, well, they had him listed at 6'7", but I don't think he is 6'7". Yeah, they got him at 6'5", 190-pound senior in Xander Newton. At one slot back will be Connor Entz, 6'3", 175 and a junior. The other slot back, 5'9", 240.
And he's 6'5", 295 and a junior. At one tackle spot will be Vegas George, 6'3", 200 and a junior. The other tackle will be Kiefer Glenn. He's 6'3", 225 and a senior. The linebacking core, outside linebacker will be Tim Peck. He's 5'10", 160 and a senior. And then the linebacker
Ethan Mitchell, 5'11", 175 and a senior. At another linebacker spot will be Wyatt Rohr. He's 6'1", 180 and a senior. And outside linebacker will be Weston Schneider, 5'11", 185 and a senior. At one cornerback Joey Bazalski. He's 6 foot 160 and a senior. And the other corner will be Shaden Elk. He's 5'9", 160 and a senior. At the free safety spot, Brody Seiler. He's 5'11", 165 and a senior. And the strong safety will be Bristow Kelly. He's 5'10", 175 and a senior. And their head coach is Chris Clements in his 7th season. Myron, real quick, let's look at some keys to this one for you. First of all, let's take a look at the legacy, the Sheyenne Mustangs. I mean, certainly, obviously, one of the keys for them is don't stop doing what you're doing. I mean, what they've been doing right now, I mean, basically it's been Josh Henricks. He's carried the ball for 496 yards and 86 carries, so certainly we're going to see a ground and pound by them.
Yes, they got it. One thing is they're going to ground and pound the big guy, which sets up everything for them, and they can't get away from it. The next thing is with it comes so much. When they start getting everybody up on him and keying on him, then you got your slots, and they're coming in. There's so much deception, and then as a linebacker, you're watching that, and you're thinking fullback, you're thinking slot. Then all of a sudden, the quarterback pulls the ball out, and they drag another receiver behind your spot. And so they got to work it all off of Henricks, and then everything else opens up, and they got to notice if Legacy's overcommitting to one of the three assignments, they're going to put them in a bind in with that wing offense.
And then Myron, for the Legacy Sabres, I mean, particularly I think it all starts on defense. I think defensively they got to get up, fill the box, and they got to say, hey, all right, you know what? Somebody else beat us. I mean, Cheyenne's not going to throw the football a lot, but certainly I think it's all going to start. The key for them is going to start on the defensive side of the ball, and it is if they can, keep that offense intact, so to speak, and limit the yards that they can give to Henricks.
Yeah, the linebacker play is going to be pivotal, and reading their keys is going to be pivotal. Because if the secondary can just form an umbrella and eliminate the big play, and if those guys can go in and just concentrate on the run, make them throw the ball more. And there's a pretty good little stiff wind right now, so for half of the game they're going to be into that wind. So make them throw it to beat you. Don't let them beat you. Just running their bread and butter, Henricks right at you and pounding you.
Yeah, right now is Sheyenne. The Mustangs have taken the field as we take a look at what we're looking at right now. You said right now wind out of the west-northwest at 16 miles an hour. Got a little cool temperature of 63, feels like 62, but nonetheless, Myron, hey, it's football weather, isn't it?
Oh, it's starting to become fall, starting to become autumn. That's what you want.
The Sabres are going to tee it up, and kicking this one away for Legacy from his own 40-yard line will be Jack Byberg. Will kick it away as they spot it on the left hash. Back to receive. Connor Entz is back there, and he's not going to. It's going to be returned by Tate Gustafson. 10, 15, and 20. Breaks a tackle and hops his way out to the 25-yard line, and that's where Alex Viska on the stop there for Legacy. So that's where Cheyenne will start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, just underway on our BNC Bank scoreboard as Jeremy Newton gives his offense some last-minute instructions as they come right from the sideline and they approach the line of scrimmage, working time out of the pistol, and they're going to give it Henrik over the left side, and he stutter steps his way out close to the 30-yard line. Josh Hendricks, as we sit on the carry, on the stop there was Vegas George. Also in there was Kiefer Glenn for the Sabres. They're going to give him a gain of about 4 yards, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Mustangs.
That formation, we used to call it the child abuse offense. They're all pounded in there, and it's back to the scrum era.
Yeah, and this time they go under center. They go I backfield. They go receiver split left and right. He rolls out. They're going to throw. He steps up, throws it underneath, and it's almost picked off. It's going to be incomplete as Xander Newton was the intended receiver. Cattermas on the coverage. So little play action there, Myron by Workentine, and
they came to that quick. They had a good 1st down run, and they must have felt they were too close to the box, and they were play action already the 2nd play of the game.
3rd down and 6 now for the Mustangs. Ball spotted on their own 29-yard line. Out of the pistol again. There's a direct snap. They give it to Entz over the right side. He's got close to 1st down yardage. As that was Caden Rohr, I stand corrected. He came out of the slot. Vegas George makes a stop. He's going to be shy of the 1st down. He's got to get across the 35. They're going to spot it at the 34-yard line, and Jeremy Newton's going to roll the dice as he feels that up front with those big hogs up front and his big bruiser fullback, that sets up a pretty good situation for him. We'll find out. Big play here for the Sabre defense. 4th down and 1 to go. They motion. Oh, and I think the Sabres jumped out of that motion. I do believe, Myron, I think it was the right defensive end, unless somebody from Cheyenne. Yep, it is. Encroachment. Oh, boy. Not what you wanted to see happen there, as they were going to give it to Rohr on a misdirection. But to no avail, the Sabres help them with the 1st down, and they bring it out to the 39. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Part of the deception there is they have a wing move while they make a fake snap count, and that movement and the count is what draws them off sides.
Workentine out. They give it to Rohr, going to the right side, cuts inside across the 40, down to the 42-yard line goes Caden Rohr, the 6'3", 195-pound junior, gets a gain of a couple. They're going to say, well, more than a couple, as they're going to give him 4. Vegas George on the stop there for Legacy. 2nd down, and we'll call it 7. They'll gain of 3. 10-10 to go. Opening quarter of play on our BNC Bank scoreboard.
You've already called Vegas George's name 3 times in 4 plays.
They motion Rohr again. This time they go Hendricks over the right side, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. Is Hendricks. Kiefer Glenn leads the charge from his defensive tackle position. So now to bring up a 3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs.
So the challenge is matching West Fargo's physicality, and that last play, that was very physical tackle by Kiefer Glenn. And they've got him in 3rd and long behind the sticks now, and that's not where this team likes to operate.
So here's a 3rd down and 7 now for the Mustang. Clock winds, 9:25 to go, opening quarter. Out of the pistol, working Sabres show blitz. Now they motion. They go Hendricks over the left side, and he's across the 45, and he's down to the 47-yard line. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Ethan Mitchell, a linebacker, making the stop. It'll bring up a 4th down and a long 2, and we'll see what Jeremy Newton's going to do here, and I think he's going to elect to go for it.
He doesn't even hesitate.
No, he doesn't. Well, Workentine is the punter as well, so you could look for a pooch kick. Here we go, out of the pistol again. Slots left and right, they motion. And what do we got there now?
Same thing. What they're doing is they're motioning their wing back, and they're yelling, "Hut!" And that motion and the sound is drawing Legacy outside. It's something that, Coach Landry used to do 100 years ago with the Cowboys. His linemen would shift while they're yelling "hut," and the opposing team would jump offside. So they're going to have to get them on the sideline and tell them to hold their water.
Well, I'm guessing Coach Clements is not going to let that happen again. So now the first down on the encroachment penalty moves the Mustangs into Sabre territory. They give it to Roar again. Right side gets to the edge, 45-40, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Bazalski runs him out of bounds, so a big gain there. We'll call it a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Mustangs. And here's that ground and pound, Myron. They just continue to wear you down and wear you down. 8:26 left to go in opening quarter of play here on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Boy, did he show a burst on that. He's a fast young man. And next thing is 2nd and 1's a great down. You can just take the first down with your bruising fullback, but also they got 3 more downs what they're doing, so you might see a play action pass.
Workentine again as he keeps it option. He's going to turn the corner. Stutter steps. Now he options it off to Connor Entz. He goes to the near sideline, and Entz is going to be run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Good job there by Entz, keeping the relationship with his quarterback. Wyatt Rohr runs him out of bounds. It'll be a first down at the Sabres' 29-yard line.
Well executed, fake the dive option play. But if he would have pitched it right away, that might have been a touchdown.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Medicine Shop of Bismarck. They're proud to support local athletics. The Medicine Shop offers free delivery and you can get your flu shot at the Medicine Shop. First down and 10 from the Sabre 29. Ball spotted left hash. Hendricks over the right side. He's got room breaking tackles, and he gets it down to the 20-yard line where he's brought down there after a gain of 4 on the carry. Kiefer Glenn on the stop there for the Sabres.
Coach Newton giving Legacy a bunch of looks. So that formation was like a tight trips. Formation and they ran into that trips bunch they had over there. They just blocked down. So if you're a D coordinator for Legacy, you got a lot of adjusting to do against these guys.
Yeah, you do. Same formation again. Out of the pistol, they give it to Rohr going right. He's got a lead blocker, gets to the edge, shimmy shakes, gets to the sideline, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 10-yard line. A big gain there, another first down. Bring up 1st and goal to go. Sheyenne Elk makes the stop there for the Sabres. But the Mustangs are going to have it. Is it going to be 1st and goal as they stretch the chains? No. It will be first. It'll be 1st and goal to go. 7:11 left to go, opening quarter of play. Hendricks trying to find room on the right side, and he cuts it in the inside, and he's going to be driven backwards for no gain there. Is Josh Hendricks. Draken Stugelmeyer in there now. So his injury was an ankle, so it appears that he's doing okay. And Stugelmeyer in there, big defensive player for the Legacy Sabres. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go from, they're going to give him a gain of 2 from the 8-yard line.
One thing is, up until the last play, West Fargo really stepped up the physicality, and you could just see the difference from when they were on the other side of the field.
This time they give it to Rohr going over the right side, and he's going to be tripped up. Caden Rohr picks up a couple there, so it'll bring up another 3rd down. Bring up 3rd down and goal to go from the 6-yard line. 6:15 left to go. Opening quarter of play here from the Sanford Sports Complex. Myron Schultz, Scott Woodmansey with you on the PSP Network. As it's been the Mustangs, they've had the ball the entire first quarter thus far. Workentine brings them out. Rourke's out of the pistol. Rolling right, throws it underneath. It's caught. Rohr, he turns upfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Caden Rohr with a 6-yard touchdown score from Workentine, and the Mustangs are on the board.
That's a trips formation, but they're all attached to the tackle on the line, but it's tough as a defensive group because they all scatter like a covey of quail at the end, and you got to cover all of them, and they're all eligible receivers, and so the guy was wide open.
Yep, and on to attempt the extra point is going to be Brady Dute. Nope, that's not who I had in my. It's number 64, Isaac Birnbaum, and the line drive kick is no good. by Isaac Birnbaum. 5:50 to go, opening quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Cheyenne 6, Sabres 0. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
Well, an impressive drive there by the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne. And they get on the board on a 6-yard touchdown pass from working team to Roar. And set to kick it away is going to be Birnbaum.
They're lined up in an ambush look, and now they break back out of it. But as a special teams coordinator, you got to be ready for that because they can just do that steamroll ambush onside kick, and you got to have enough guys there to defend that.
So Birnbaum set to kick it away. Back to receive that's going to be Clipfeld at the 20-25, trying to get to the edge. He does, 30, 35, 40, and he's out to the 45-yard line is Jackson Clipfeld. So good return there. Nick Renner makes a stop there for the Mustangs. So the Sabres will come on offense. They'll go like this up front. At center will be Aiden Johnson. The guards, Wetstein and Glenn. The tackles, Poppy and Treber. At tight end will be Lenore. The split end is Joey Bazalski. Shane Alk, a flanker. And Schneider and Clipfeld, their backs. And Bryson Kelsch, the 6'1", 190-pound senior quarterback, will run the show for the Legacy Sabres as Kelsch goes under center, eye backfield as Clipfeld dots the eye. Now they motion left to right. That's Alk in motion. They give it Clipfeld coming right. Breaks a tackle, and he gets it out. They spot it at the 41. He gets it down to the 43-yard line. A gain of 2 there for the Sabres. Matt Tribe makes a stop there for the Mustangs.
So, one way you play defense is just hold the ball the whole half. So West Fargo has kept the ball out of Legacy's hands, and we're only 5 minutes left in the first quarter, and they were going against the wind.
5:18 to play, opening quarter play, 6-0 on the MVP on the BNC Bank scoreboard. I knew I'd say it again. Eye backfield again. Movement on the right side by the Sabres. Flag comes out, and that's going to be a false start penalty. They'll march it back 5 yards.
Now this is week 5, so some of that false start stuff isn't going to sit well with Coach Clemmy.
No, it will not. As tonight's game brought to you in part by Tires Plus. When shopping for tires, shop Tires Plus. All brands under one roof with the guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with the Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong with Tires Plus. Visit them online at TiresPlusND.com. Second down and 14 for the Sabres. Ball spotted. Their own 37-yard line as Bryson Kelsch comes out under center. Receivers left and right. Clipfeld behind him. Now they motion from right to left. Kelsch. Play action rolling out. Looking on the run. Now he dumps it underneath. Caught. And nope, they're going to say caught and then bobbled as he was going out of bounds. Weston Schneider out of the backfield was unable to hang on the sideline. Tanner Hagel on the stop there for the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne.
It was a bootleg pass and a great job by the West Fargo defenders. And sometimes when they run bootleg, you see like the same routes all the time. They try to get a flood route on this side, and you could just see the West Fargo guys ran right to their spots and had it covered up really well.
Out of the pistol goes Kelsch. Trips left. Kelsch back to pass, looking left, throws it underneath. Caught at the 40 and diving out of bounds at the 41-yard line. On the reception there was Brody Saylor. Dutenheffer on the coverage, and that's going to be short of a first down, so it's going to be a punt situation for the Sabres, and back to punt it away will be Joey Bazalski back to receive for the Mustangs. Looks like Tate Gustafson back to receive for the Mustangs. Good kick by Bazalski. Fair catch called for at the 19-yard line. And the Mustangs will get the ball for the second time here in the opening quarter as they lead at 6-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
But I tell you one thing, Woody, is having Coach Entz, obviously athletic head coach of the Bison, athletic family. You'd like to have those kids for athleticism, but hey, what about extra access to the Bison coaches to talk techniques and X and O?
Hey, I got to tell you, you got to know you're big time when the head coach of the Mustangs, the head basketball coach, texts. He says he's listening to us on the PSP network with Tom Sr., Tom Kirchhofer Sr., and Tommy Jr. Welcome aboard, and glad to have you both tuning in as the Mustangs impressive in the opening drive. And they also told me to tell Myron hello from Tom Kirchhofer Sr.
Awesome.
How about that, huh? It's always good as Sabres gain of a couple. Kiefer Glenn on the stop there for Legacy, or for the Mustangs. They get it out to the 20-yard line. 6-0, they lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 3:33 left to go here, opening quarter of play. As Warkentine out of the pistol. He hands off Rohr over the right side. And, boy, I tell you what, it's been the Caden Rohr show. He's out across the 25 to the 27-yard line as Caden Rohr, as Stugelmeyer makes a stop there for the Sabres. But after a big gain there, bring up a 3rd down and 1 to go for the Mustangs.
Talking about Tommy Kirchhofer, he ruled the fields here. Exciting young man for the Central Patriots and the Marauders.
He came out of quarterback
for
U.
several years.
Quarterback U, huh?
Carson who?
Here we go. Here's Rohr, goes in motion. They give it to the big fella over the right side, and I don't know, his second push. Renken makes a stop, and I don't know if Henricks got the first down or not. The preliminary signal is no, but it's going to bring up.
Leading the way on the tackle for the Sabres, number 66, Hawken Jacobson.
Nope, they're going to give him a first down, so it will be another first down for West Fargo Cheyenne. Ball on their 28-yard line.
They're just like Dan Schmeeker always said, 3.5 yards is a good play, and they're just. And the next thing you got to be with these guys, you got to defend 4 downs. They're not. Yeah. He's not. Newton doesn't want to punt.
Warkentine out of the pistol again. They motion. Nope. They give Heinrich. Nope. Warkentine keeps it. Cuts up field as he had a pitch man with him, but he saw something there. Cut it upfield across the 30 down to the 31-yard line. Bristow Kelly on the stop there for the Legacy Sabres. And boy, I tell you what, Myron, at some point at what point does this defense start to get worn down? The amount of time, West Fargo Cheyenne's they're not big plays. They're just long, drawn-out, grinding drives is what they are.
Yeah, so the game's getting shortened, but also I just think they're going to get lulled, and they really got to watch for a play-action pass over their heads because they're going to get lulled into seeing the same things over and over again.
Here's Rohr going right. He tried to get to the edge, and that's just good defensive coverage there, led by Weston Schneider there of the Sabres. Also landed Leno in there, and that's going to be a big loss all the way back to the 29-yard line. So bring up 3rd down and long, first situation that the Mustangs have been in on a 3rd and long like this.
And you got to make that, like you said, if you let them get 3 yards and use 4 downs all the time, they're just going to methodically wear you out. You got to make them play behind the sticks, meaning they got to get 9 yards, and those fullback dives and off-tackle plays don't work as well in 3rd and 9.
Well, now they go empty. They got twin receivers left, twin receivers right. Back to pass, Warkentine throws a slant across the middle. Almost intercepted, broken up there. On the defensive coverage was Jackson Kellogg. As, boy, he takes one more step. He picks that off. That might be a pick 6. And now Jeremy Newton's going to have to punt the football away. So they do have a punter, and that is Wark.
Thought they might have left him at the truck stop on the way when they stopped on the way here. Yeah, how about that? These tight bunch formation to wide open, empty. You got to defend a lot when you're playing West Fargo.
Wyatt Kraft calls for a fair catch at his 40-yard line, and that's where the Sabres will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 40, trailing this one 6-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Reminder, as we will have our Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show. Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work, towards financial freedom. Planning Team Financial Advisors. 42 seconds to go here in the opening quarter of play from the Sanford Sports Complex on the campus of Legacy High School. 6-0. The Mustangs lead it as the Sabres come out on offense. Kelsch goes under center. Klippfeld dots the eye behind him. They flip the tight end from the left side to the right side. They toss it to the near side. Klippfeld trying to get to the edge, and he's not going to do it. He's going to be brought down by big Andy Cook, the nose tackle, for a big loss there, all the way back to the 34-33-yard line of the Sabres.
They pulled one of their linemen, and when you pull somebody, someone's got to block back and replace him, and that didn't happen. So he was a free runner into the backfield.
As clock winds to 13, this might be the last play of the opening half. Kelsch goes under center again, eye backfield, receiver split left. Oh, we're going to have movement on the near side. Bazalski got a kick start, so that'll march the Sabres back another 5 yards.
That's the fourth false start in the first quarter in Game 5.
Yep. And Myron, as the former coach, those are no-nos, aren't they?
Yeah, you don't want – the biggest thing is no penalties before the whistle or after the whistle. Something that happens in between, you might get a late hit because you arrive a little late. But boy, these are self-inflicted wounds.
So second down and a whole bunch, and that's going to end the opening quarter of play here on the Sanford Sports Complex on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 1 quarter in the books. It's West Fargo Sheyenne 6, Legacy 0. Back with quarter number 2 on the PSP Network after this timeout.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
Ackerman Esfold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esfold. Find them online at ackermanesfold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying. The trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esfold. Find them at ackermanesfold.com.
Well, second down and a whole bunch as they hand the ball off to Weston Schneider, and he goes nowhere. So now it's third down and 22 for the Sabres, just underway. Quarter number 2 here from the Sanford Sports Complex. Myron Schultz, Scott Woodmansey with you. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network. As Kelsch back to pass, he's looking across the middle. He's got a man out there, and it's caught and down at midfield, climbing the ladder there for the Legacy Sabres. That was Brett Lacombe, and a big play there as a nice pass from Bryson Kelsch. Tate Gustafson on the coverage at a 25-yard pitch and catch, and the Sabres with a big first down inside Mustang territory at the 49-yard line.
That took some courage by Kelsch because big Carter Menz came pretty free and hit him right in the chin as he threw that.
Here's Bryson Kelsch under center, eye backfield again. Now they motion from right to left, do the Sabres. Kelsch, play action, back to pass, sets, he's under pressure, fires, gets out of the pocket, and he throws it incomplete. The intended receiver was Shaden Auk, and that was probably what Kelsch had to do there as he was under pressure, Myron.
Once again by Carter Menz, and if you're a college coach and you see that 6'5" frame, those are what you want to get him in your strength program, and that's what you're looking for, that frame on the defensive line. And he runs well. I'm really impressed with West Fargo's defensive line.
Yeah, second down and 10 for the Sabres from the Mustang 49-yard line. Mustangs lead 6-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Kelch back to pass. He throws it out in the flat. That's into double coverage. Out there was Tanner Hagel and Brady Dutenheffer as they had the intended receiver there. Sheyenne Alk doubled up. So now to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Sabres.
One of those D linemen for West Fargo is a familiar name for Marauder fans, Theron Parson.
Yeah.
His father is Nakiah Parson, who's a Marauder Hall of Famer out of Gary, Indiana.
Boy, he was a mean one, too.
Talk about big-framed guys like number 8. He was an intimidating figure.
He got after you. So 3rd down and 10 now for the Sabres. They go trips right. Now they motion back right to left. Kelch back to pass. Here comes the pressure. They throw a screen. They underneath. The 45 down to the 44-yard line goes Weston Schneider. Jacob Kirkaby on the stop there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Oh, we have a flag somewhere?
That's a good call, though. We talked about a big, tough D lineman that are hard to block.
Oh, wow.
Don't block them. Run a screen. It's a good call.
So personal foul comes in. I didn't see the flag. Well, it's in the defensive, or it's in the offensive backfield, so it must have been roughing the passer. So the Sabres get a break there as they were short of the 1st down. The personal foul marches the ball down to the 29-yard line.
He's got nowhere to go. Maybe got a yard. Yeah, they're going to give him a yard down to the 28. Tate Gustafson makes a stop there for the Mustangs. So that screenplay that Eli came free, he just had a free shot at the guy. Kept going too long, made a personal foul. We scored, guys.
That if you come totally free, we say you're not that good, meaning that you better suspect it's a screen.
Update from Shanley, 2nd quarter. Shanley leads Jamestown 13-7. 9:35 to go here. Opening half of play. Kelch. Now they give it to Clipville. Clipville goes right, cuts back inside, and he's going to be knifed down there at the 27-yard line by Matt Tribe of the Mustangs. So to bring up a 3rd down and 7 to go for the Legacy Sabres.
They're definitely in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I there's no question about that. Now they send twins left, twins right. Kelch back to pass. Looks underneath, then he throws it high over the intended receiver. That was for Sheyenne Alk. On the coverage there was Noah Olson, the 6-foot, 170-pound sophomore. Now to bring up a 4th down and 7 for the Legacy Sabres. Clock stops, 8:57 to go here.
With Coach Newton, it's pretty easy. You know they're always in 4-down territory. Coach Clements, you still got to guess.
Got to make a couple decisions. Play comes in from the sideline as Wyatt Kraft brings that in from head coach Chris Clements. Play clock at 14. Kelch now goes under center, goes trips right, single receiver left. Ooh, and what do we got? Oh, wow. What happened there? Boy, that was all sort of something. It looked like somebody jumped. Some people didn't move.
Yeah, the ball rolled back on the ground.
Schneider was throwing the ball. The ball was on the ground. Flag comes out. Guy was tackling the backfield.
Looked like a run that turned into a pass. That might, if they have the top 10 plays of the week, that might be the bottom 10.
Myron, I didn't know how to describe that right there.
The only thing it'd be great if that was a planned, fake, sneaky trick play, but I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either. As that was interesting to say the least. Ryan will have our Sport Clips MVP of the matchup. Sport Clips brings you that. They're located at South 3rd Street in Bismarck and the home to the MVP haircut experience. Sport Clips brings you this game's MVP. 8:49 to go here in the opening half of play as Grant Workentine brings out the offensive unit for West Fargo Sheyenne. Workentine down the line option. They get it to Entz. Entz trying to get to the edge. He does 35-40 and run out of bounds. At the 43-yard line goes Connor Entz of the Mustangs. Be a 1st down. Wyatt Kraft makes a stop there for Sheyenne. I stand corrected for Legacy. Move the chains. It'll be a first down out to the 38-yard line with 8:42 left to play here in the opening half of play.
When they ran their speed option where they attacked the perimeter and option one man, they ran it like 3 times, and every time it's been 12, 13 yards. So that play's been very explosive for
Working team out of the pistol. Fakes it. Now he's looking. They run the wheel route. He's got a man 45 in midfield. 40, and he's tripped up and falls down to the 38-yard line. That's Connor Entz. They got him on the wheel route. Tim Cattermas, a touchdown-saving tackle, and just like that, the Mustangs are in Sabre territory. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
Wow, that's a good play off of this wing offense. That wing looks like he's going to block, and he releases on that wheel, and you're trying to fit that run, and you've been doing that. That's the total thing about they lull you to sleep, and they come up with a big play like that.
1st and 10 from the Sabre 38-yard line. Working team barks out the signals. Downlight cuts it inside, turns upfield for a gain of maybe a yard down to the 37-yard line. Trayson Rankin makes the stop for the Sabres.
Legacy did a good job, but they made him turn up early. He didn't get that option to the perimeter, and now they limited it. It's the first time they really stopped the option play. 2nd
down and 9. Well, I'll tell you what, you got to be in shape to be a quarterback in West Fargo. Jay Gibson does the same thing as Jeremy Newton does as the quarterback. After every play, he's got to run to the sideline, come back, and get the play, and then call it.
So when they're deciding on maybe the rules for that AA next year, they can also maybe look at getting a helmet so they can talk to the quarterback in the helmet.
Oh, now we got all sorts of something here going now.
It's the 3rd time they've got him on this. They start that motion, they said hut, and they jumped offside. So that hard count, Legacy's fallen for it 3 times. But credit to West Fargo. Sometimes it's hard for your offensive guys to do it.
To stay put,
stay
right?
put and not you jump off sides. And they sit and we used to call it Alaska, meaning you were frozen. You can't move. You don't even have to play until we find out if we had them jump or not.
So 2nd down and 4 to go after the penalty. Working team gives off. Nope, keeps it. They're going to option it. Looks, he's got a man, and he gets it to Rohr. And Rohr's going to be run out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Joey Bazalski runs him out of bounds. As they're going to say, he went out before that at the 20-yard line. Spot at the 20. Now they're going to spot the 21.
Grant's running that real well. He's just pausing a little bit, and it's costing him some yards, but they're still executing it at a high level.
So Working Team comes back with the play. 7:11 to go here. Opening half a play on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Sheyenne leads at 6-0, but they're on the move. They have it 1st and 10 from the Sabre 21-yard line. Working Team option. He does. He finds Entz. Entz trying to get to the edge. He does. 15, 10, and driven out of bounds at the 7-yard line goes Connor Entz. Joey Bazalski on the stop there for the Sabres, but that was after a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal to go for the Mustangs from the Sabre 9-yard line. You know, we talked about guys that from this Mustang team they had to replace. Terhark, Penu, Goldaddy, Cole Menz, all playing for the Bison. How about that?
That's a statement.
Yes, it is. Another update from Shanley, 19-7. Shanley over Jamestown. This time they give it to the big fella. Henricks over the right side. He's across the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Goes Josh Henricks. Ty Morris on the stop there. So it'll be 2nd down and goal to go from the 3-yard line for the Mustangs. 6:42 to play here. Opening half of play from the Sanford Sports Complex on the campus of Legacy High School. Glad to have you aboard. Working team out of the pistol. He keeps it, and this time he's going to be wrapped up for a loss. Nope, they're going to give him a gain on the stop there, Owen Hosick. Hosick, I stand corrected. Give him a gain of 1, so it'll be 2nd and goal to go now from, or 3rd and goal to go from the 2-yard line.
No, he might have been instructed not to pitch down here, but if he would have pitched that ball, the pitchback would have walked in
untouched. So 3rd down and goal to go for the Mustangs. Workentine out of the pistol. Hendricks over the left side, and Hendricks into the end zone for his 9th touchdown of the season from 2 yards out. Goes Josh Hendricks at the 5:41 mark of quarter number 2.
Two things that really stick out to me is they really don't have an answer for West Fargo's option play. That's just really ate them up. And then the other thing is just the 3 times they needed some yards easy, they got them to jump off sides. So those things, they're going to have to get the chalkboard out and figure out that option play, and they got to get a little more discipline on that.
We got a Hubbard National Insurance timeout on the field. Call Hubbard National Insurance today for all your personal business insurance needs. 5:41 to go, opening half of play. Mustangs 12, Sabres 0. Back with more on the PSP Network after this timeout.
Live digital radio broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Subway, Hub International Insurance, The Medicine Shop, Bismarck State College, Bobcat of Mandan, Tires Plus, Chuppy Chiropractic Clinic, Bismarck LASIK, and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Make sure to stay up to date with all things high school athletics at PSP.network. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Well, it appears the Mustangs are going to go for 2 here as the Sabres late and getting an extra defensive player in there, and they are going to go for 2 as they give it to Rohr over the right side, and he dances in for the 2-point conversion, is good, and with 5:41 to go here in the opening half of play, the Mustangs tack 2 more on the board. They lead at 14-0 over the Sabres. We'll be back with the touchdown kickoff after this Hubbard International Insurance timeout on the field.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
Community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
Well, a 2-yard touchdown run by Josh Hendricks, a 2-point conversion by Caden Rohr, and it's now 14-0. West Fargo Sheyenne with 5:41 to play. Clipfeld back to receive. Also back there is Brett Lacombe. And it's going to be returned by, that stand correct, that's not Lacombe. That is that Carter? Carter Clipfeld on the return. They had both Clipfelds back there, and Carter returns the football out to the 24-yard line. On the stop was Ty Bruschi. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sabres from their own 24-yard line, trailing this one 14-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
You know that Hendricks was highly, everybody knew about Josh Hendricks coming into the game, and people from West Fargo obviously know the team well. But I've really been impressed with Caden Rohr. I think he's a tremendous high school athlete.
Kelch is going to keep it over the right side, and he is going to be blown up. And leading the charge there was big number 65 for that was Tharon Parson. I stand corrected. It looked like 65, but it was 55. Tharon Parson on the stop there for the Mustangs. It'll be no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Sabres.
Legacy brought new quarterback in. They brought in Logan Miller.
Logan Miller in at quarterback now. Okay, good catch there, Myron. So they're going to try to change things up. Miller comes in. He sends 2 receivers to his left. Low back is Clipfeld. Miller's going to keep it coming left. Tried to get to the edge. He turns the corner. Shakes and bakes. 30, tripped up, out to the 35, and pushed out of bounds there.
Logan Miller on the carry.
Logan Miller, and Matt Tribe pushes him out of bounds. Jacob Kirkaby as well there for the Mustangs. It'll be a Sabre first down, so Logan Miller proving a little bit that he can run the football. Miller is a 6 foot, 185-pound junior, and they're showing a little spark here for the Legacy Sabres.
I know Coach Clements has been playing both of them a little bit all season long ever since the first game. He's just trying to get both guys ready for postseason play.
Miller again barks out the signals. Miller, he's going to keep it. Coming left, cuts inside, and he gets a couple out down to the 40-yard line. Matt Tribe on the stop there for the Mustangs. Clock winds, 4:39 to play. Opening half, 14-0. Our score on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
And you notice the change is they've gone to the quarterback-designed runs.
Yep.
Ever since Miller's been in, and insult your intelligence, but when the quarterback runs the ball, you got an extra blocker because the running back can block for him. It changes the mathematics of the game.
So 2nd down and 6 now for the Sabres. Miller barks out the signals. Miller back to pass, looking. He's got a man down the seam, and he overthrows the intended receiver. That was Vegas George, as fell incomplete at the 30-yard line. Kellen Entz on the coverage there for the Mustangs.
West Fargo's done a nice job in coverage. There's always been a white shirt real near a black shirt. There's nobody running wide open, waving, and back to the quarterback.
3rd down and 6 now for the Sabres. They trail 14-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 4:09 left to play. Trips to Miller's right. Single back. Oh, loses a snap. Picks it up. He's got to hurry, and he's going to make something out of nothing. Nifty move there, but he's going to be brought down right back at the original line of scrimmage is Miller. So that's going to bring up a 4th and a whole bunch. Tanner Hagel makes a stop there, so it's going to be a punt situation for Chris Clements. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Chuppy Clinic, who offers more than basic adjustments of the spine. Chuppy Clinic is concerned about the overall health and wellness of each patient and offer care and services to meet the greater demands of current health needs. Find them online at chuppy.com. Bazalski on the punt. Back to receive is Gustafson for the Mustangs. He stands at his 30-yard line. Bazalski letting the play clock wind down. Low snap. He kicked it in the back of his own player, but he's going to pick it up. Flag is going to come out, and Bazalski's going to reverse his field, still on the move, and he's going to be brought down. And Myron, that was Jacob Kirkaby ran him down. So we've really seen a whole lot of something here in this first half. So a couple of wacky plays, and that was the second one right there.
So you college football fans, they ran what's called the shield punt. So those old linemen are standing, a group of 3 of them are like at 8 yards, and the punter got too close and kicked him in the butt with the ball. Penalty was claimed. So that the problem with that shield is you got to get the ball off at the right distance behind that. The shield is protect you, but you can't be too close. So they blocked their O-linemen blocked their own punt.
Well, that was not to mention that, but there was was that a chop block, Myron, there too?
I was.
Yeah, it looked like it was a chop block.
So the O-lineman, as the guy was coming in, got low on him. So they got a chop block and they blocked the punt.
So the Mustangs are going to have it in Sabre territory at the Sabres 35-yard line, leading this 14-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
See what, a lot of coaches back in the old day, after a turnover in this type of field, they try to take a shot, but don't look like he's going to do that. They're packed in pretty tight right now.
Grant Workentine comes out. Workentine down the line, gets it to Ent. Got a blocker, turns the corner, stiff arm. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Connor Entz from 35 yards out, and tack on 6 more for the Mustangs.
So they just came back with that option play, and they're getting a lead blocker out there, and they're optioning one person, and they got everybody else blocked. They don't have an answer for it right now at Legacy.
So Connor Entz takes it to the house from 35 yards out, and the Sabres tack on 6 more, and they lead this 20-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
So that's where, motioning those wing backs quick, that switches the math because you got guys on the other side of the line, and they're outnumbered at the point of attack. right now on that option play.
And Warkentine comes out. It appears the Mustangs are going to go for 2, and they are. As Warkentine sets him down. Henricks the lone back. They give it to him. Going left. The push. The surge. Did he get in? It appears so. Yes, he did. As the 2-point conversion is good by Henricks. And that's going to add on 2 more, and it's going to make it 22-0. 3:03 to go here. Opening half a play on our BNC Bank scoreboard. It's the Mustangs 22, the Sabres 0. Back with more on the PSP Network after this timeout.
Got big plans? No matter what the size of the project, Bobcat of Mandan has a tough Bobcat skid steer or track loader for any job. Call Bobcat of Mandan and rent the perfect machine. Rentals are available by the day, week, or month with multiple attachment options, and even a trailer when available. Special weekend rates too. Bobcat of Mandan also has Doosan excavators and payloaders, plus Coyote tractors for rent. Get the work done fast. Bobcat of Mandan on the Strip.
Whether you're looking for a full
Well, a 35-yard touchdown run by Connor Entz gives the Mustangs a 22-point lead. On the return is Klipfel, and that's Jackson Klipfel. And he is blown up by Andy Cook at the 29-yard line, and what a hit Cook delivered there. So the Sabres trailing this one 22-0. We'll have the football here with 2:58 to go in the opening half of play.
Open field tackles are usually grab someone, barely get him down, get him on the deck, let's play football. That was like you met him in a tight box and an A gap and just blew him up.
So now back out, still at quarterback for the Sabres is Logan Miller. He sends trips to his right side. He's back to pass. Pressure coming. Rolls out. Now he throws it underneath. It's going to be caught and dropped, picked up. Nope, they're going to say it's incomplete. And on the return was Jacob Kirkaby. And I don't know about that from this vantage point if that may have been a catch and a drop. But the official says no, so the Sabres dodge a bullet. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up second down and nope, they're going to say not a loss of 3. Now they're going to move. They're going to say it's just no gain, so it'll be second down and 10 for the Sabres from their own 29-yard line. Miller showing some light for the Sabres at that quarterback spot. They motion LeCobe right to left. Miller's going to keep it going right, cuts back left, turns it upfield across the 30 down and pulls defenders down to the 32-yard line. Carter Menz on the stop there for the Mustangs.
All that's quarterback job. In the old days, that the tailback's now the lead block. It's the old ISO play. The tailback's the lead blocker and the quarterback's the tailback. So, the old ISO out of the I-back that you've seen around North Dakota for years.
We'll have a Jobbers Moving Storage move of the half coming up. Sponsored by Jobbers Moving Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country with locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Here's Logan Miller. Going right, trying to get to the edge, cuts inside, runs over defender, but that defender was able to hang on and drives Miller down at the 35-yard line. That was Tate Gustafson on the stop there, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 to go, and we are going to have a Hubbard National Insurance timeout on the field. Call 355-3100 and ask for Michael Borman for your commercial insurance needs. 1:54 to go, opening half of play. It's the Mustangs 22, Sabres 0. Back with more after this timeout.
Have real questions about your future? Here's your real answer. BSC offers hands-on training and a real college experience, making your future a reality. You don't have to travel far and wide for a really great education. Check us out at bismarckstate.edu.
Well, Myron, that was that timeout was taken by the Mustangs, and probably a pretty good timeout with 1:54 to go. You've got 2 left. You're probably going to have to force Legacy into a punt situation here, and they've got plenty of time to tack on 6 more.
And it coaches, he that arch nemesis Century. He wants to work on his 2-minute drill. And I watched them last week. What they did is they got into 4 wide receivers, 2 and 2 on each side, and they definitely have a 2-minute offense that's going to look quite a bit different than what we watched most of this first half.
So Bazalski goes back to punt it away, and standing deep back is Tate Gustafson. He stands around his 37-yard line. Snap is good. Punt is good, and Gustafson signals for a fair catch at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line, leading this one 22-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Financial solutions for your life and business, BNC National Bank. 1:48 to go, opening half of play. Reminder, also just underway, too, on the PSP Network. Todd Domrey's, Chuck Claremont with the call. Century and Mandan from the Starion Sports Complex. That should be a good one as well. That big game, and as far as seedings are concerned.
I bet Mandan saw that Dickinson played him tough, and that was a rallying cry all week.
So here comes Workentine. He's rolling out, looking to pass, throws it across the middle. He's got, Cotton dropped across the middle. Logan Holsing had it at the 45, but he dropped it on the coverage there for Bazalski on the coverage. Schneider in the area as well. Update we can give you from Fargo-Shanley, as Shanley at the break leads Jamestown 26-7. Another one of those 11-2A, 11A matchups taking place tonight. We'll try to get you some other updates as we move on throughout the broadcast here tonight. That was 2nd down and 10. Workentine goes empty backfield. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. There's Holsing again. They come back to him at the 40, and he drags the tackler out to the 43-yard line. Goes Logan Holsing. Ty Morris on the stop there. Move the chains and be 1st down. Clock stops with 1:38 to go here in the opening half. Fast first half of play here. Well, I guess I stand corrected. It's been about an hour. Workentine back under pressure, and he's going to be brought down as they brought the blitz. And coming in there, that was Draken Stugelmeyer as they brought him on the blitz, and he was able to corral Workentine back at the 37-yard line.
You made the comment that, Workentine doesn't throw that much, but boy, when you watch him throw, his mechanics are good, and he's been right on.
Yeah, exactly.
And that one earlier was a drop ball. I mean, that was a nice pass, so he definitely has the ability.
So bring up 2nd down and 17. We're under a minute to go. Workentine, option. He's going to keep it, turns upfield, and slides down at the 41-yard line. Joey Bazalski on the stop for the Sabres. Clock continues to wind, 39 seconds.
Now, this isn't what I would call 2-minute drill when you have the quarterback jog over to talk to the coach.
No, it appears that it appears that Jeremy Newton's going to be content with the 22-point lead going into the break. Now they spread him out. Workentine back to pass. He's looking on the left side. He's got a man out there, and it's overthrown. The intended receiver was Connor Entz as they overthrew him at the 32-yard line. Bazalski on the coverage there for the Sabres. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 13.
Is he going to go for it?
Start of the second half.
Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, start of the second half, too, Myron, from Mandan. Century leads 7-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. So now Workentine's going to punt it away.
It's nice to have your quarterback as your punter.
Yes, it is. Snap is good. Workentine's punt. Going to return by Kraft at the 25 to the 30. And driven back there at the 32-yard line is Wyatt Kraft. Matt Tribe makes a stop there for the Mustangs.
Well, this is one of the tough situations as a coach. You got 7 seconds left with a long way to go, and sometimes you got to be careful. You just don't throw a pick six or get strip sack. But you got to play to win too. So maybe I don't know if a Hail Mary's possible from here.
Exactly. 7 seconds to play. 22-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Miller. Now they motion Miller back to pass. They're looking down. They throw it out in the flat. It's caught. Shaking and baking at the 30 and tripped up at the 33-yard line on the reception there. That was Carl Henry, and that's going to end as Matt Tribe makes a stop there, and that's going to end the opening half of play here from the Sanford Sports Complex on the campus of Legacy High School on the BNC Bank scoreboard. As we go to break, it's West Fargo Cheyenne 22, Legacy 0. We'll be back with our halftime show after this timeout as you're listening to 11-2A football on the PSP network.
Dakota Safety Council is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by offering hundreds of safety courses. The NDSC helps workers return home safely every night and make sure schools are ready for any emergency. Our first aid training and defensive driving courses help save lives. We empower people through personal protection courses and operational risk assessments for businesses. We're a private, nonprofit organization committed to making North Dakota's homes, schools, communities, workplaces, and roads the safest in the nation. Learn more at ndsc.org.
If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a dad, homeowner, and business partner, I wouldn't have believed it. There's lots of reasons I chose First Western.
Hey Lloyd, how are you today?
Locally owned, community invested, convenient, but most of all, whatever I need, wherever I am, I can count on them.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex as we are at halftime where the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne lead the Legacy Sabres 22-0 at the break. And Myron, kind of a slow start to this one for the Mustangs. You know, they took that opening drive and really marched it all the way down the field. And really, I think you can start to see that they're wearing on that Legacy defense a little bit right now.
A couple things that stick out to me is just their physicality, but it's even Coach Newton. It's he was committed to that open drive, and he went for it on 4th and 3 twice on the other side, on the wrong side of the field. So that, and the next thing is, understanding situational football and having a deceptive hard count, and their kids being so disciplined at it gave them 2 more first downs on that drive, and they set the tone with that drive.
Yeah, they certainly did. And, as you go into halftime here, I think if you're Jeremy Newton, I think, just doing the prep work up to this is that it seems to me, the first time I've seen both these two teams this year, Myron, but it seems to me that I've seen a little bit more of a open it up type offense by the West Fargo Cheyenne versus, giving the ball to Hendricks. I mean, he hasn't carried it that much in the opening half. So certainly you're starting to see a little bit more of this Cheyenne offense come to fruition here in this football game.
Yeah, I'm used to that fullback running the ball. I'm used to the wing getting the ball. But the play that's really been their bread and butter has been their option play. I mean, once he got to that and he figured out they didn't have a good plan for it, he's just come back to it, and it's been explosive, and it's been, except for one time, it's been like a 12 to 35 yards every time.
Well, and we've been told, too, Myron, that the quarterback, Grant Warkentine, certainly, showing showing some good signs here. He's actually being recruited by Moorhead and Mary, play quarterback. So certainly, as you talked about, that you mentioned that, we don't see him throw it a lot, but when he does, he is able to he's got some good mechanics when he throws it.
Yeah, I noticed that his mechanics were good, and the next thing is accurate. His throws are on the money, and they're call it a one ball. That's like a frozen rope, and anytime there's been a ball drop, it really hasn't been Workentine's fault. And once again, what a weapon! I mean, your identity is pound that ball, but Roar, boy, he's got some explosiveness. You got some deception to your offense because of the wings, and motions, and the play action, and they got to get everybody in the box to stop Roar. And so this is a well-rounded team.
Yeah, it certainly is. As the Legacy Sabres, they'll try to make some adjustments at the halftime here, as we'll try to get you updated on some scores as well as our halftime show rolls on with more from the Sanford Sports Complex. We're at the break on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's West Fargo Cheyenne 22, Legacy 0. Back with more after this timeout.
Would you enjoy waking up and not having to reach for your glasses? See clearly with LASIK from Bismarck LASIK. Imagine no more hassles or expenses of glasses and contacts. At Bismarck LASIK, our highly experienced LASIK surgeon, Dr. Stephen Wexler, and our state-of-the-art clinic can improve your vision through a quick corrective procedure that's affordable and life-changing. Book your free consultation with Bismarck LASIK. Call 701-222-2020, 701-222-2020, or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
This live
28 on the shot clock, 53 on the game clock, sends it inside. Here's Allie Nelson to the right side. Cheddar's open, 4-3, unload, she scores!
PSP Network has one mission: promoting our local athletes while delivering pro-quality broadcast coverage. Stay up to date with the PSP Network on Twitter @NetworkPSP and on Facebook @The PSP Network. Like and follow our social media for your chance to win. PSP Network. It's game day.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
This live digital.
Got big plans? No matter what the size of the project, Bobcat of Mandan has a tough Bobcat skid steer or track loader for any job. Call Bobcat of Mandan and rent the perfect machine. Rentals are available by the day, week, or month with multiple attachment options and even a trailer when available. Special weekend rates too. Bobcat of Mandan also has Doosan excavators and payloaders, plus Coyote tractors for rent. Get the work done fast. Bobcat of Mandan on the Strip.
Whether you're looking for a full
welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex. Scott Woodmansey, Myron Schultz with you as we are at halftime here, where the Mustangs lead the Sabres by a score of 22-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. And Myron, from the old coaching hat of yours, if you're Chris Clements, what are you telling your kids at halftime?
Well, first off, I got that chalkboard out and we're getting that option figured out. The next thing we're talking about is hold your water, and especially when you get a little motion on that snap count. But hey, we'd like to get let's get one score. Let's get one score. Get our momentum going a little bit, and then, hey, if we can turn it into two, now it's one-score game. But we got to get one, keep battling them. But this game is not out of reach. I mean, it's just going to take.
Well, and you get the ball to come out to start the second half. You won the toss, you deferred, and really, as we see all the time, I mean, the opening drive is an important one. And I think they got to go down and put 6 points on the board with that opening drive.
Yeah, make it bite-sized, Make it – let's get one. Don't even talk about going and winning the game right now. Let's battle away, and let's make them play a little bit more uncomfortable. Let's not let them play easy with a 3-touchdown lead.
Well, Myron, we're going to give out our Jobbers moving and storage move of the game in the opening half. Jobbers Moving and Storage focus on details of the process without ever losing sight of the big picture. Their efficient step-by-step approach to move management keeps everyone on the same page and includes a comprehensive service of proactive checks, double checks, and ongoing communications that ensure attention to all details every step of the way. For locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen, find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Myron, your thoughts on that opening move of the game?
I thought the move of the game was the 35-yard pitch play that they ran for a touchdown right after the punt that Legacy blocked themselves. To me, it was a dagger. It stretched the game to making it, when you're 2 scores, it's a little bit easier to get back into it, especially with the short quarters in high school. But that play, separated and it's made a big challenge for Legacy to come back now.
Yeah, it certainly does, as they certainly have their work cut out for them. As we are at halftime awaiting the return of these two teams, we'll get you some score updates. We'll take a little break up here. We come back as our halftime show rolls on with more from the Sanford Sports Complex. We're on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's Sheyenne 22, Legacy 0. Back with more after this time out.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
Would you enjoy waking
Well, welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex. Scott Woodmansey alongside Myron Schultz as we await the start of the second half. Both teams making their way back out on the field as the Sabres and the Mustang. Boy, I had to catch my breath, Myron. That's
not an elliptical machine.
No, that's not an elliptical machine. That's a long way down and a long way up. But we'll try to get you updated here on some scores. In 11A football, Dickinson leads Watford City 14-0 after one quarter. Roughly about 10 minutes ago, they're tied at 7 in Mandan. Interception returned by Jackson Scott makes it 7-7. Dickinson Trinity leading Baldwin County. Shanley up 26-7 over the Blue Jays. John Gores, a couple more touchdowns. Boy, I tell you what, he had a nice game against St. Mary's last week. And that's about all we can give you right now.
Fans, again, we'd like to thank Sanford Orthopedics and Sports
West
Medicine
Fargo
for
leads
providing
South
sports medicine
7-0.
coverage for tonight's game. With us
West
tonight
Fargo
is Will
Packers.
Nicholson. Thank you, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports
As reminder, too, also on the PSP Network, Todd Darmy's Chuck Claremont with that Century Mandan game, Myron, and Century certainly a team that's on a roll right now. I mean, they
yeah, they've been on a roll for years now, but it's interesting, though. I mean, they're been so dominant, and all of a sudden they went out to Dickinson and it's a close game, and here all of a sudden Mandan's getting them a good game, and people see that, and it just makes everyone believe that they can play with you.
Yeah, well, we look at the first half, recap the first half scoring, as it was all the way to the 5:50 mark of the opening quarter until the Mustangs were able to get on the board. It was a 6-yard touchdown pass from Warkentine to Roar. The extra point was no good, and at the end of one quarter, the Mustangs led 6-0. Then in quarter number 2 was about that same time in the second quarter. The 5:41 mark, it was a 2-yard touchdown run by Josh Hendricks. The 2-point conversion by Roar. That made it 14-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. And then just a couple minutes later, about the 3:03 mark of quarter number 2, it was a 35-yard touchdown run by Connor Entz, the 2-point conversion by Hendricks. And that leads us to our score at 22-0 as we get set to start the third quarter play here from the Sanford Sports Complex on the campus of Legacy High School. Clipfell back to return. The kick from Isaac Birnbaum. Kick is away. It's going to be a short one. Clipfell's got to run up and corral it. He does it at 16, and he's out to the 20, down to the 21-yard line. And he is buried there, is Jackson Clipfell. So that's where the Sabres will start, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Matt Tribe on the stop there for the Mustangs.
That was real good coaching. There was a little side pocket in their how they were dispersed on their kick return, and he just popped it in there and let the ball die, and that all gave time for their coverage to get downfield. That recognizing that and having the ability to kick it into there is real good football.
Well, Bryson Kelch is going to get the quarterback duties to start the second half of play here as he goes under center, and he hands off to Jackson Clipfell, and he is swarmed under back at the 16-yard line. Tharon Parson makes a stop there for the Mustangs, and it's a loss back to the 19-yard line where it'll be second down and 16 to go.
Wow. Parson, as the running back was getting the ball in the backfield, Parson was in his face.
Yeah. Kelch goes under center again. Here goes, and wrapped up there was Stugelmeyer now getting some run back there. Sorry, that was Carl Henry on the carry, and he's wrapped up for no gain. Nick Renner on the stop, and the Mustangs, boy, defensively are starting to flex their muscle here in the early going. It'll bring up 3rd and 16 for the Sabres.
Yeah, they got some rest or some Gatorade or a talking to, but that D-line pinned their ears back these first 2 plays of the second half.
Kelch sends 3 receivers right. They motion Kelch out of the pistol. Back to pass. Kelch looking. He's swarmed under, and he's going to be brought down all the way back at the 5-yard line, and Jacob Kirkaby coming in from his defensive end position. And the Sabres started at the 24-yard line, and now the ball is spotted all the way back at the 11. 5-yard. I stand corrected. Yep, 5-yard line. Got my lines mixed up, Myron. So now kicking out of his own end zone is Joey Bazalski.
Bazalski on to punt.
Snap is good, and runs at it, gets away. A good boot. Fair catch called for at the 41-yard line by Tate Gustafson, but nonetheless, leading this 22-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It'll be good field position for the Mustangs. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Tires Plus. When shopping for tires, shop Tires Plus. All brands under one roof with guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong with Tires Plus. Visit them online at TiresPlusND.com. As out come the Mustangs, led by senior quarterback Grant Workentine. Hendricks lines up behind him. They give it. Rohr coming right, breaking tackles, spinning off one. 35. Now he drags another one down to the 32-yard line. Goes Caden Rohr, Sheyenne Auk, and Vegas George on the stop, but that would be after a first down, all the way down to the 32-yard line of the Sabres. 9:48 left to play. Third quarter here from the Sanford Sports Complex. 22-0, and the Mustangs lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
If you're just talking about energy, boy, did West Fargo come out of that halftime locker room with big energy.
They give it to Entz over the left side, and Entz dives forward for a good gain across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Snyder and Rankin on the stop there. It'd be a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Mustangs. Workentine gets the play from head coach Jeremy Newton. Sets the offense down and barks out the signals, showing blitz are the Sabres. They fake it. Now they throw it out in the flat. He's got a man out there, and it's going to be incomplete at the 5-yard line. Connor Entz, the intended receiver. Bristol Kelly on the coverage there for the Sabres. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 now for the Mustangs.
So play-action passes work best when they look identical to what your best running play is. And what they're doing with that is it looks identical. That slot's coming out and blocking like he's the perimeter blocker. Then he just chips and goes. And so it all looks the same to a defender.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs from the Sabre 27-yard line. Workentine, here comes Rohr to the right side. Gets the edge, stiff arm, 25, 20, 15. And he's run out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And that'll be a 1st down. I'm sorry, run out of bounds at the 11. They're going to not say the 11. They're going to say it's the 13-yard lines where he stepped out of bounds. Brody Saylor runs him out of bounds, so it'll be 1st down and 10 from the Sabre 13-yard line. 8:47 to play here on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Opening half, or stand corrected, 3rd quarter of play. Workentine. He gives over the left side, Hendricks, and Hendricks gets it down to the 10, maybe got to the 9.
Brought down by number 16, Tim Cattermas.
Tim Cattermas on the stop there for the Sabres.
West Fargo's just their linemen, and everyone is blocking, just sustaining their blocks, and Legacy's just having a tough time with block escape and block defeat right now.
Yeah, and the Mustangs not in any hurry at all as the clock already winds down to 8:18 left to go here in the 3rd quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. BNC National Bank, the bank for business people. 2nd and 7, Workentine. They give it to Rohr, coming to the right side, cuts inside. He's at the 5, Workentine to the end zone. Touchdown, West Fargo Sheyenne. Caden Rohr on the 10-yard touchdown run. That was a 10-yard touchdown run, and they tack on 6 more due the Mustangs from West Fargo Sheyenne.
So that play, he's the wing, and he's actually running east and west for quite a while on that play. But when he sees a seam, he's decisive. He plants his foot in the ground and gets north and south, becomes the Civil War rather than the Shrine Game in a hurry.
And the Mustangs are going to go for 2 again. They're going to fake it. Now they're going to throw it and it's going to be completed. And why not? You might as well go one more time to Caden Rohr in the back of the end zone and tack on 2 more. And now the score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard, West Fargo Sheyenne 30, Legacy 0. 7:58 to go, 3rd quarter play. Back on more on the PSP Network after this timeout.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
And the kick is away, and Clipfel's going to return it again. He's out across the 20 down to the 25 and push back there. And that's where the Sabres will start once again, about the same spot they started at their own 24-yard line. Ty Bruschi down there to make the stop for the Mustangs. So 7:51 to go here in the third quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Mustangs lead at 30-0.
Something that happened quite a bit earlier is when Legacy punted from the end zone, West Fargo was smart. They came after the block because they had less room to operate back there to punt, and they also knew no matter if they fair catch, they were going to get good field position. So very aggressive, smart play.
Back to pass goes Kelsch, and he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to lose yards. May have got back to the original. Oh, he's going to be a couple yards short of the line of scrimmage as he got it back to the 23-yard line. Tanner Hagel makes a stop there. It'll bring up second down and 11 for the Mustangs, for the Sabres. Wow. They wake up.
So this is interesting right now because when West Fargo gets the ball, like you said, they're playing methodical. And it would take 4 possessions with all 2-point plays for Legacy to get ahead. And West Fargo's probably going to try to make it so that they don't even get the ball 4 more times in this game.
Pass is complete to the near sideline. On the reception is Bazalski, and that is Logan Miller back in there. Noah Olson on the coverage as they get it out to the 25-yard line. We're being up third down and 9 for the Sabres. 6:49 left to play. Third quarter on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Logan had some heat on that ball. He's showing he's not just a runner.
Miller spreads the field, back to pass. Pressure from the backside, throws it in, almost picked off as Theron Parson had it in his hands and dropped it. He knew it as he may have had 6 there, and now that'll bring up 4th and 9, and the Sabres got to punt the football away.
They always say if you could catch, you'd play offense, but when you're a nose guard, I guarantee you he doesn't catch too many balls in practice.
Yeah. Back to receive for the Mustangs. That is Connor Entz along with Tate Gustafson. Bazalski to kick it away, and another 3 and out by the Sabres. Bazalski's going to run with it. Now he kicks away, almost blocked. And the Mustangs get away with it. It rolls down to the 36-yard line, and that's where West Fargo Cheyenne will start 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Ethan Mitchell down there.
That was a rugby-style punt, so he rolled out to his right while he was punting, and that was just about blocked. But the reason you do it is it buys time for your coverage, and they get down there, and that's why the coverage was there, and the ball hit the ground and rolled 8-10 more yards.
Contact your local Hub agents, Leif Olson and Josh Cattell, for your personal insurance needs. Hub International Insurance. Handoff goes up the middle to Henricks. Gets a couple on that carry.
So Cheyenne's got a new quarterback in Caleb Dewar.
Isaac Ned on the carry for the Mustangs.
As working teams, Caleb Dewar, a 6'3", 365-pound sophomore.
Invaluable that you get to play these reps. So when it's your turn to shine next year, you've done it a lot.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a whole slew of new players in there. As on the carry there for the Mustangs, that was Barry Penu, the brother of Barika Penu.
28, Barry Capito on the carry.
And a lot of these guys played most of the third or half the third quarter and fourth quarter last week, so they're getting a lot of varsity reps, and they probably played their JV game earlier this week.
So to bring up 3rd down and 8 now for the Mustangs. Ball spotted at their own 40-yard line. Caleb Deere. See? I was wondering. I asked one of the coaches, is it Deere? He said, nope. I got to, yeah, because I didn't even mark it on my sheet. It's Caleb Deere.
One thing
he's in at quarterback, and that's a rare sighting there as a penalty against the Mustangs.
Legacy's bringing all their linebackers right up on the line of scrimmage. That might have got one of those younger linemen to flinch. But they're kind of in blitz mode with those inside backers right now.
So to bring up a 3rd down and 11, Caleb Deere at quarterback now for the Mustangs. Sabres show blitz. And on the carry across the 40, dragging tacklers to the 42-yard line. Bazalski on the stop. On the carry there was Race Wilson.
Race Wilson on the carry for the Mustangs.
Well-executed play by the youngsters. He's going to go down for 4th down with the young crew. Now here they come.
Oh, yeah. They didn't have to make a decision, did they, Meyer? So we're going to punt it away. Workentine's got to come in as he's the punter. So he's going to kick this one away. Oh. And that's not going to go very far, as they told us that's going to be down at the 45-yard line. Down in it there was Connor Entz. So the Sabres
visit us online at climbingteam.com. Miller under center. Hands up, that's Henry on the right side. Bricks tackles across midfield and down into Mustang territory as Nick Benner makes a stop. And that's the biggest game of the
night there, I think, offensively running the football for the Sabres.
And what's interesting is this isn't their seconds on defense. This is their starting defense they're going against. They're letting their young offensive players play, but their old defensive guys are in.
2:47 to play. 3rd quarter, 30-0. Mustangs lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Miller, back to pass. Looks left, hitch and go. He's got a man down there. Bazalski, no, it's caught. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Brett Lacombe. A 48-yard touchdown pass from Miller to Lacombe, and the Sabres are on the board at the 2:31 mark.
It might have been in cover 3, but at least off man for sure, and just did a double move on him, and once he bit, there was no one behind him in that zone.
So Brett Lacombe outruns the defenders, gets him on the board, and appears Chris Clements is going to elect to go for 2.
I think he's just doing his swing and gate stuff to see if they line up, and if they do, they're going to come back in.
Okay, there they go. Now they go into Jack Byberg on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold down, kick appears good, and the kick is up and good. 2:31 to go, 3rd quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Mustangs 30, the Sabres 7 from the Sanford Sports Complex on the PSP Network. We'll take this Hubbard National Insurance touchdown timeout. Call 355-3100 and ask for Michael Borman for your commercial insurance needs. Back with more after this timeout.
Big plans? No matter what the size of the project, Bobcat of Mandan has a tough Bobcat skid steer or track loader for any job. Call Bobcat of Mandan and rent the perfect machine. Rentals are available by the day, week, or month with multiple attachment options and even a trailer when available. Special weekend rates too. Bobcat of Mandan also has Doosan excavators and payloaders, plus Coyote tractors for rent. Get the work done fast. Bobcat of Mandan on the Strip. Got big plans? No matter what the size.
Well, 48-yard touchdown pass from Logan Miller to Brett Lacombe, and that puts the Sabres on the board at the 2:31 mark as they trail at 30-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Coach Newton, in some weird way, probably might even like seeing that, because now when he coaches and gets ready for the future games, they're going to work on those double moves.
Byberg with an onside kick. Ball's loose. But I think the Mustangs fell on it. Yep, and big number 78, Jack Kirkeby, falls on the football. So with 2:27 to go, that's where the Mustangs will take over. Good field position.
So, tried an onside kick, trying to do something to, got a little momentum with that play and just trying to do something to get the ball back and claw back.
40 seconds left in second quarter in West Fargo. West Fargo leads Fargo South, and it appears, nope, I thought we had a timeout on the field, but we do not. And there was a penalty, an ineligible man downfield, so they're going to spot it inside Sabre territory at the 47-yard line. Caleb Deere, the quarterback now. It appears that's him. Oh, they got him again. Nope, now they bring back in that starting offensive unit, Myron, as Working Team back in there at quarterback. And they ran the same play again, and they got him to jump again.
Yeah, they just get that guy going in motion, and they yell, hut, hut, and Legacy jumps, fourth time now.
So now it brings up a 1st down and 5. Working Team barks out the signals. He keeps it, cuts inside. He's got room as he slithers down to the 35-yard line. It'll be enough for a 1st down. Brody Saylor on the stop there for the Sabres.
He really showed a burst there, too. When he's running the option and he saw his seam, he got vertical in a hurry.
Shanley in control of Jamestown in the fourth quarter. They lead 26-13 on our BNC Bank scoreboard. 2:02 to go here. Third quarter to play. 37 Mustangs lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Working Team barks out the signals. He gives it to the big fella in the backfield. That is Josh Henricks over the left side. He picks up a gain of 4 down to the 31-yard line. They'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Owen Hosick on the stop there for the Sabres.
Owen did a nice job there, but he took the blunt of that blow on that play. He's a physical runner.
Minute 25 to play. Working Team brings him to the line of scrimmage. Oh, that time they didn't do it. How about that, Myron? Somebody got the message across. Now they snap it and they give it to Henry. He breaks a tackle in the backfield, and he fights his way down, and he picked up some hard yards there. Down to the 28-yard line. He was just shedding tacklers there, was Josh Henricks, the 5'9", 245-pound senior.
You saw a defender when he ran into him just got ejected the other way. Some things maybe, some things young, you saw Earl Campbell do to that to some guys sometimes.
So now it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs from the Sabre 27-yard line. 35 seconds left to play, third quarter in the BNC Bank scoreboard. Here's Rohr over the right side. He's got the 1st down and more as he dives down close to the 20. They're going to say he's down to the 21-yard line, but move the chains on that 1st down. Carter Klipfel, Schuler on the stop there for the Sabres. They move the chains. Reset. Clock will start. It does. And we'll see if the Mustangs, they're going to let the time wind down, and that's going to, 12 seconds, that's going to end the third quarter of play here from the Sanford Sports Complex. As the clock hits 0, and that's going to end the third quarter of play here from the Sanford Sports Complex on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's West Fargo Cheyenne 30, Legacy 7. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes of this one on the PSP Network after this timeout.
The North Dakota Safety Council is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by offering hundreds of safety courses. The NDSC helps workers return home safely every night and make sure schools are ready for any emergency. Our first aid training and defensive driving courses help save lives. We empower people through personal protection courses and operational risk assessments for businesses. We're a private, nonprofit organization committed to making North Dakota's homes, schools, communities, workplaces, and roads the safest in the nation. Learn more at ndsc.org.
This live digital radio broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Subway, Hub International Insurance, The Medicine Shop, Bismarck State College, Bobcat of Mandan, Tires Plus, Chuppy Chiropractic Clinic, Bismarck LASIK, and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Make sure to stay up to date with all things high school athletics at PSP.network. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Here are the Mustangs on 1st and 10 from the Sabre 21. They give it to Connor Entz, and he goes up the middle down to the 16-yard line. Brody Seiler makes a stop there after a good gain on first down for the Mustangs. They lead 37 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. A reminder, we'll have our Planning Team Financials post-game show. We'll have our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Be the MVP when you go to Sport Clips for an MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sport Clips. They're located at 411 South 3rd Street in Bismarck. This time they go to Caden Rohr going to the right side, and good pursuit there by the Sabre defense. Vegas George on the stop there for the Sabres. They're going to say it's no gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs from the Sabres 16-yard line.
Vegas did a good job of keeping his outside arm free and setting the edge on that sweep by the wing back.
Oh, now they got him again.
Now that time was, last time we were really proud of him for not jumping. There was like 3 of them that jumped on that one.
So that is going to be enough to get a first down. You think anybody else watching this game, Myron's going to catch that one on tape and know about it?
To me, it's like drag racing. If you just go on the same cadence every time, they're going to be coming off charging. You got to do things to hold them so they don't know when they can come across that ball. So they do a good job. A lot of teams struggle to do that. So
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Hendricks goes up the right side, and he picks up good yardage there down to the 5-yard line.
So they might put it in thinking they're going to be able to do it.
Yep.
2 things. One is they're not used to doing it. They might have the discipline that West Fargo has on it, and you get the penalty yourself. And I would bet that Coach Clements is going to do some drill this week to try to instill that that watch.
Yeah, well, the question is, will we ever see it again?
It's going to be watch the ball. That's why Jeff Doctor used to have a stick with a ball on it to do that drill all day long.
2nd down and 5 from the Sabres 6-yard line. Working team, they give it off to Entz. Entz right up the middle, and he dances into the end zone. Touchdown, Connor Entz from 6 yards out. Tack on 6 more for the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne.
They're on the 5-yard line. There's 2. The offense is all toe-to-toe, squunched together, and there's 11 legacy guys right matching that. And there's no room there, and he was able to go through the blocking, was able to go untouched into that scrum for a touchdown.
And now they're going to kick this one. It's going to be Birnbaum on to attempt the extra point. His first try was not good at all. Snap, hold, line drive kick, hits the crossbar, and Birnbaum is 0 for 2 on the extra point attempt. 9:57 to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's the Mustangs 36, the Sabres 7. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Well, back at the Sanford Sports Complex, another Connor Entz touchdown. Extra point was missed. And the Mustangs lead this one 36-7 here with 9:57 to go in quarter number 4. Birnbaum, as he kicks it, Henry waits for a fair catch at the 30-yard line. And that's where the Sabres will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, trailing this one 36-7 as we try to bring you some more updates along the way here. It's taking place over in Mandan. I know a lot of eyes are on that one. Big game over there. As this one is pretty much in the hands of the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne, as they will remain unbeaten. St. Mary's at the half, leading Wahpeton 24-14. As Miller comes out, nope, that's Kelsch back in the ball game now for
Weston Snyder on the carry for
the Mustangs. Schneider on the carry.
On the stop, number 77.
At the half, or in Mandan, it's Century 21, Mandan 14. So a dandy brewing over there at the Starion Sports Complex. Jay Sutherland on the stop for the Mustangs after a gain of 1 by the Sabres. 9.5 to play here, 36-7. Mustangs in control on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Bryson Kelsch back in at quarterback. Looking left, fires left. It's going to be caught and brought down at the 35-yard line. The reception was made by Bazalski. Noah Olson on the stop there for the Mustangs. So it'll bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 to go as they got to get it to the 40-yard line to the Sabres for that 1st down. Whoops. Sorry, Myron.
After beating him on a double move last time, Mr. Olson was giving him a little bit more space on that hitch route this time.
So a 3rd down and 4 for the Sabres. Back to pass. Kelsch, he's going to throw it down the sideline, and that's going to be nowhere in the vicinity. The intended receiver there, Brody Seiler. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Tate Gustafson on the coverage there for the Mustangs. Here comes the punt team for the Sabres.
They did a nice job of covering that. They ran an X route or a wheel, so the outside receiver came in and the inside receiver went out, and the secondary traded that off real well.
Gustafson goes back to receive. He stands at his 35-yard line. Bazalski on to punt it away.
West Fargo's coming after this kid on the edge here.
Getting antsy. Here they come. Low kick by Bazalski, but a good one at that as it takes a Sabre roll, and it's going to be down at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Sabres will take over, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, trailing this one 36-7 on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Chuppy Clinic offers more than basic adjustments of the spine. Chuppy Clinic is concerned about the overall health and wellness of each patient and offer care and services to meet the greater demands of current health needs. Find them online at chuppy.com. Chuppy, tonight's game sponsor. Also, the Medicine Shop. They're proud to support local athletics. The Medicine Shop offers free delivery, and you can get your flu shot at the Medicine Shop. 1st and 10 now. New quarterback in there now for the Mustangs. Yep, well, no Deer's back in there for the Mustangs. Jackson Kellogg making the stop. That's a familiar name.
He's a big frame player. He's a 6'4" young man too.
So bring up 2nd down and 10. They spot it at the 24-yard line. Clock continues to wind at 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Deer under center. And Deer keeps it after he faked the handoff to Penu.
Stop at number 16,
Tim Cattermas on the stop, and Deere gets it back to the original line of scrimmage to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs.
So they came back with their option play, and they're letting Deere run some of the big, not all inside plays now. He got to run the outside option play.
Well, you talk about a kid that's got some, for as young as he is, he's a 6'3" sophomore, 165. So certainly it looks like he's got a bright future here with the Mustangs. And they hand it off on a misdirection play. On the carry that time was Race Wilson, and he got some good yards, and they drive him all the way back as he got it to the 32-yard line, and he was driven all the way back to the 25, but the forward progress is going to be short of a 1st down. Bristow Kelly leading the charge there for the Sabres.
Boy, is he a little jitterbug in there. He was making people in close quarters miss early, but the Legacy finally corralled him with a whole slew of people and drove him back.
Got another final from the A side. Fargo North stays on a roll. They defeat Red River by a score of 42-8. Oh, we had a penalty there after the play.
I think it might have.
Was that an unsportsmanlike?
I didn't see it now.
I didn't either. So nonetheless, it'll be a Mustangs 1st down from their own 36-yard line, leading this one 36-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Deere on the handoff. They give it to Aiden Knodel, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. Caleb Schuler on the stop there. He's loss of 2 on the play. Is the ball spotted back at the 34-yard line of the Mustangs.
So they blitzed him, so the linebacker, and the lineman didn't see him. He hit a gap and made the play in the backfield. So they're stunting and blitzing their inside linebackers again.
Mustangs in no hurry. Clock winds down to 6:16 to play. On 2nd down and 12, here's Deere. Penu over the left side, and he gets it back to the original line of scrimmage and more as he's out to the 38-yard line. Tim Cattermas makes the stop there, so brings up a 3rd down and 7 to go for the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne, leading 36-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Scott Woodmansey, Myron Schultz with you from the Sanford Sports Complex. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP network. As on 3rd down and 7, Deere barks out the signal. Sabres showing blitz. They come. They give it off to Knodel again, coming left. Oh, that way Cattermas on the stop. That was Race Wilson, and he's going to be stopped shy of the 1st down, and that's going to bring on the punt team for the Mustangs.
It was a good series by Cattermas. I think he had 3 or 4 tackles. I think he was the unblocked defender, and he stepped up and made the play.
So back to pass, Workentine, or back to punt it away is Workentine. Gets off a good kick and fielded at the 30 and dropped. And now the Sabres got a fall on it. On that was Brody Seiler, and he fumbled it. They fell on it, did the Sabres, and they'll start 1st and 10. Carter Men's down there to down the football for the Mustangs.
One thing you really tell about their special teams is it's their top end starters, and so they're all like sitting on the bench, and when they hear punt team, they all got to put their helmets back on and put the Gatorade cups on and run back onto the field.
As the Sabres come out, as Miller goes under center once again, they give it to Henry, and Henry with some good yardage straight up the middle across the 35 out to the 36 goes Carl Henry.
Well,
Entz makes the stop there. They spot it. They're going to give him out to that's a pretty generous spot as they move it out to the 37-yard line.
That's got to be encouraging for Legacy that both Stuglemeyer and Henry have played in this game.
Yeah, I would say. 2nd down and 2 to go. Here's Henry again going left, and he's going to be stood up there.
Carl Henry on the carry.
Big number 70. Was that 76? 70.
77, Jay Sutherland.
Jay Sutherland. I thought it was 77.
Short gain, 3rd down and 1.
But that was a textbook tackle there. That was.
Yeah, it was.
Framed him up and shot both of them.
So 3rd down and 1 now for the Sabres from their own 38-yard line. 3:45 left to go here in the contest. Miller barks out the signals. I backfield behind him. They give it to Clipville coming right, and he's going to be stood up. But the spot, it was a generous one as he got it to the 40. If that's going to be enough for a first down. Kirkaby making the stop there for the Mustangs.
Kind of impressive by Kirkaby there. He's got a blocker impeding him, and he's trying to shed it. But while that guy's still driving him, he's still making the tackle with a guy blocking him at the same time.
1st and 10 now from the Sabres 40-yard line. Back to pass goes Miller. There's a hitch and go. They're looking down the near sideline, and flag comes out. It's going to be pass interference. They were looking for Sheyenne out down the near sideline, but being Brady Dutenheffer is going to get called for a personal pass, a PI call, pass interference. So
they did double move again.
Yep.
First time they had a guy free behind the secondary for a touchdown, and this time he bid on it, but he interfered, which is a smart move because it's only a 15-yard penalty, and live to snap it again. Don't let them run by you when you're fooled on a double move.
3:04 left to play in this one. 36-7 our score. On a BNC Bank scoreboard as Clipville over the right side. He's got some room, breaks tackle at the 40, fights his way down near the 35-yard line. He's going to be brought down at the 36. Goes Jackson Clipville. Ruben Dye makes a stop there. Be enough. They're going to give him a first down as he got it down to the 35-yard line, so they'll move the chains inside Mustang territory. 2:45 left to play.
Boys, technology changed in the sports world. The guy in this booth next to us, a scout for West Fargo, has got an iPad out and watching the last play, and things that you wouldn't imagine 10 years ago in coaching.
Clipville once again coming right, short side of the field. Stiff arms the tackler there, and he's going to be blown up out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Tate Gustafson makes a stop there.
He went low. He took him out at the ankles on that play.
Clock stops with 2:23 left to play. Gain of 4 to be 2nd down. Well, gain of 3, we'll call it 2nd and 7. As Logan Miller goes under center, I backfield. Henry this time dots the I for the Sabres. They give it to Henry going left, cuts inside, breaks a tackle, 25-20. Trips, falls forward down to the 15-yard line, goes Carl Henry. Good hard run there by Carl Henry, and it's going to be a Sabre first down, 1st and 10 from the 15. Marcus Johnson makes a stop for the Mustangs, 2:05.
That was explosive physical run by Henry.
Henry again dots the I behind quarterback Logan Miller. Miller back to pass, looking right. He throws corner of the end zone. He's got Lacombe. He goes up, catches it. Nope, but he's out of bounds on the coverage there.
Pass intended for Brett Lacombe.
For the Mustangs, that was that Trot? No, that was Ruben Dye.
Little physical there, but he let him play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Sabres. Ball spotted on the 15-yard line. 36-7 our score. It's all but academic. With 1:50 to play in the BNC Bank scoreboard. Reminder, our Planning Team Financials post-game show coming up. Sabres motion right to left. Again, I backfield. Henry dots it. He gets it, goes right, straight up the middle, breaking tackles. He's at the 5, and he rolls down to the 3-yard line, goes Carl Henry. Marcus Johnson again making the stop. So the Sabres seeing some life out of their tailback, Carl Henry.
Yeah, I think you could see a Henry healthy back. Stugemeyer maybe could get the legacy offense a little more potent next week.
1st and goal to go from the 4. Again, Henry dots the I. Oh, Miller fumbles it. Did he get back on it at the 5-yard line? Is there a little bit of a scrum down there? Mustangs saying they got it, and they do.
Well, that hurts.
Yes, it does.
You're looking
as falling on that one, I didn't see who came out of there with it. Big number 77 was there. Final score from Fargo Shanley as Shanley knocks off Jamestown 33-13.
You're looking for something positive at the end of the game, and you see like Henry burst.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
Get a score and maybe
and
feel good about yourself, and then this happens, and it's a downer.
That's exactly what you wanted. Had the opportunity to punch one in, and bad exchange there, fumble, and the Mustangs, I'm guessing, aren't going to get too fancy down in their own territory.
We'll probably see the next version of Henricks in their offense for 3 or 4 plays here.
Thanks to Tommy Kirchhoffner for updating us with those scores. Again, the last report from Mandan, it was 21-14 at the half. Guessing third quarter started over there. As here comes Deere, he hands off straight up the middle. And on that carry that time for the Mustangs.
Isaac Kanega on the carry for Cheyenne.
When the ball's all the way back at the 10, the coach actually sends a messenger in with the play. Doesn't make the quarterback run to the sideline.
Isaac Kanega on the carry. Now clock drips under a minute to go, 56 seconds. This could very well be. And let's see, that gets down. To be close to the last play is now. Looks like they come into victory formation, and Deere is going to take a knee. And yes, he does. They're gonna. Do they have to run one more play? It appears there's going to be.
It might have been a friendly clock operator.
Yep.
I think it got exactly the same as the scoreboard.
No, I think it's a second differential. So they're going to have to take one more knee, and they come up to the football. They're going to snap it. Deere's going to take a knee, and that is going to do it here as the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne make back-to-back trips to the capital city. And they put up 37 points on the Demons, and they put 36 up on the Sabres. And they will leave the capital city with another victory in back-to-back weeks. As the final score here from the Sanford Sports Complex of the BNC Bank scoreboard, West Fargo Cheyenne 36, Legacy 7. Stay tuned. Coming up is our planning team financials postgame.
As the mouth isn't cooperating. There we go. Now we got it to work. So we'll be back with our Planning Team Financials post-game show after this timeout.
Got big plans? No matter what the size of the project, Bobcat of Mandan has a tough Bobcat skid steer or track loader for any job. Call Bobcat of Mandan and rent the perfect machine. Rentals are available by the day, week, or month with multiple attachment options and even a trailer when available. Special weekend rates too. Bobcat of Mandan also has Doosan excavators and payloaders, plus Coyote tractors for rent. Get the work done fast. Bobcat of Mandan on the Strip.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial. It's time for the Planning Team Financial postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors, here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online, planningteam.com. Now for the Planning Team Financial postgame show.
Well, welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex, and welcome to our Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show, as this one has gone final 36-7. the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs come in here and handle the Legacy Sabres, and the Mustangs will move to 5-0 on the season. And Myron, it just really in that first half, we 6-0 after the end of one, 22-0 at the break. But really tonight it was just really a lack of offense for the Legacy Sabres.
Yeah, all they really got going was one double move, kind of a trick play for a score, and other than that, boy, was West Fargo tough. And what it really starts with is that D line that's exceptional, and they're gonna be tough out. They're gonna be a tough out for anybody in the state of North Dakota.
Yeah, no question about it. As certainly the Mustangs came in here impressive. Not a real sexy offense, Myron, but certainly we saw some wrinkles tonight. Henricks coming in here, with 86 carries for 496 yards, got a touchdown. Got a touchdown tonight. His ninth, but nonetheless, we certainly saw Caden Rohr was the man tonight for the Mustangs. And, at this time of the year, this is when you need other guys to step up, and certainly we saw Caden Rohr also stepped up, made some big plays. So certainly very impressed with this Mustangs offense.
And even if you would stop that, I think their passing game's better than you realize. I was really impressed with what they were doing there. And then also Grant's legs. I mean, the option game was a big part of it. So you got a 3-4-headed monster back there offensively for them.
Yeah, and the Legacy Sabres, they'll fall to 2-3 on the season tonight as they lose this one by a score of 36-7. Well, Myron, we got to give out our Sport Clips MVP of the game for this matchup tonight. Sport Clips is located at South 3rd Street and is the home to the MVP Haircut Experience. Sport Clips brings you this game's MVP, and we've got to give it to one of our local kids here tonight. And Myron, I look at this, obviously not a lot of offense tonight by the Legacy Sabres, but I think one spark you did see was when they came in and brought Logan Miller in to play quarterback. I thought he really kind of ignited this offense as much as he possibly could, and you saw some good signs there out of that quarterback and Logan Miller.
Yeah, they brought him in and they went to some designed quarterback runs and a couple big gains, explosive, and showed that he can throw too. He's not just a wildcat quarterback, but he's explosive and he put a spark. It's kind of interesting. You said you get a free haircut for that. I mean, imagine if Brian Bosworth would be playing in that peroxided mohawk. They should make them get a special Legacy haircut for that big game.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Myron, we've got to give out our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the second half. Tonight's move of the second half is sponsored by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you move across town or across the country with locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. And Myron, I'll tell you what, I got to go with the at the 2:31 mark of quarter number 3, that 48-yard touchdown pass from Miller to Lacombe. I mean, they were looking for a spark. They found one. They saw something there on that sideline, and a nice move by Lacombe, and more importantly, as we talked about, a nice pass by quarterback Logan Miller.
Yes, and it gives you a spark. It gives you something. It's kind of like golf. If your last shot of the thing's good, you want to come back and play the next week. And you got some success with that play. It makes it fun. And the cool thing about Legacy right now is they're guaranteed. They're in the playoffs. So they can just keep building all year long. And then the next thing is that play also opened up a double move later that they got a penalty on. So that was their most successful offense. And it was a spark.
Well, Logan Miller is our Sport Clips MVP of the game tonight, and also he is part of our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the second half. Well, as we said, it was 22-0 at the break, and then in the second half, Sheyenne scored at the 7:58 mark with a 10-yard touchdown run by Rohr. 2-point conversion by Rohr made it 30-0. Then it was the 48-yard touchdown pass from Miller to Lacombe. Extra point was good, made it 30-7. And then, they gave up the touchdown, and then in that fourth quarter, they brought back that starting offensive unit, Myron, and Connor Entz took one in again from 6 yards out. Extra point, no good. And that is our final score of 36-7 for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, and an impressive performance tonight.
And Nick, you said that big move caused another thing to happen. It caused the big move play caused West Fargo's starting offense to come back into the game.
Yes, it was. Well, That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Remember that if you're listening to this one, flip over. It should be a good one on the PSP network as well. Todd Domerys, Chuck Claremont with the call for you for Century and Mandan over at the Starion Sports Complex. So turn that one in. As last report there, it was 21-14. Century was leading the Mandan Braves. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight. BNC National Bank, our scoreboard sponsor, also the Hubbard National Insurance, our timeout sponsor, the Medicine Shop, Tires Plus, Chuppy Clinic. Also, big thanks to the Planning Team Financial Advisors, our post-game show sponsors, Sport Clips, and also Jobbers Moving and Storage, moving the game, and also those other sponsors you hear throughout the broadcast. Well, Myron, it's fun. Our first one we worked together. Hopefully we can do more down the road. You haven't lost it, my friend. You haven't lost it.
It was a blast, and it was a hoot. And for us, we got a little heavy heart today. One of our coaches from Legion Baseball, Al Brewer, passed away. He was a great, fantastic coach.
Shout out to Al Brewer and condolences to his family as well. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight from the Sanford Sports Complex. Repeating our final score on the BNC Bank scoreboard: West Fargo Cheyenne 36, Legacy 7. For Myron Schultz, Scott Woodmansey saying so long from the Sanford Sports Complex.
Digital radio broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Subway, Hub International Insurance, The Medicine Shop, Bismarck State College, Bobcat of Mandan, Tires Plus, Chuppy Chiropractic Clinic, Bismarck LASIK, and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Make sure to stay up to date with all things high school athletics at PSP.network. Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.